The 2010s were certainly about the eruption of social media. But to me, the 2020s should be about how we cope and deal properly with social media. Now, I am in a fairly content and happy place with social media, which is surprising because first, I'm a comedian. Are any of them happy on social media? And two, I have depression and anxiety, which doesn't work well with the psychological effects that social media can have on you. So that's why today I want to have people think a little bit more about what they're doing on social media. And if you're the type of person that feels like you must be on social media but want to be happier with it. So that's why today I'll be sharing with you my 5 tips to feeling happier on social media. Number 1, why are you on social media? It's a question that you're going to have to ask yourself, and everyone's answer is different. Now, in my case, I'm a comedian, and social media allows me to connect with people and my audience. Maybe you have a small business, and social media is a great way for you to market it. Maybe you just want to stay in touch with family and friends. Maybe you just want to catfish other people. Everybody's reasoning is different, so who knows? But you have to hone in on the whole reason why you're on social media in an effort to be happier with it. If you don't have a good reason, then disable the accounts. If you do have a good reason, then make sure you're focusing in on that good reason and you can start to feel happier because you're focused in on that reason. So let's say, for example, you have a small business. Your focus should be on that small business and making posts related to that small business and connecting with your clientele. You're not talking about politics, you're not commenting on family and friends' posts. Nothing is veering you away from your focus on your small business and the clientele that you have with that. When you figure out whatever it may be that is your reason for being on social media, then hone in on that and focus in on that, and you will feel happier as a result of it. Number 2, what is your preferred platform? So now you've figured out your focus, but now you've got to figure out which of the social media platforms you are most successful at or most enjoy working with related to that focus. And there's so many social media platforms now, and that's part of the problem. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, YouTube. Pick one or two at the most. So which do you enjoy working with the most? Which are you most successful at? Which really connects you to the focus that you want to have on social media? And so when you figure out which of those you most enjoy, hone in on those. Just as you've honed in on a focus to your social media identity, hone in also on the platforms that best represent that. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't have to be on all of the platforms. It just means that you should focus in your energies on one or two of them. If you do that, then you allow yourself to not be sucked in by the various psychological impacts that all of these different platforms can have on you to destroy your day. When you focus in on one or two and use your energy there, at least your life is not being sucked away by so many different social media platforms. Number 3, don't scroll. Well, don't scroll is the strictest approach to take, but the main point is that you need to set boundaries for yourself on any social media platform. If you just get onto them and start lazily scrolling through, you're going to end up in conversations that you weren't expecting to even have, and possibly getting triggered that could throw off your day. As I put it to people, it's just like going to a party and then some random guy from high school stabs you out of nowhere. If you just didn't go to the party, or you avoided that guy, or you just went over to the table with the chips and salsa, you would have had a lot more fun in life than being stabbed by that lunatic. So in order to do that, you've got to establish whatever boundaries you need in order to reap the benefits of chips and salsa. Now, if that means that you don't scroll, don't scroll. If that means that you don't comment on things people post, set that rule. whatever you need to do to avoid the verbal stabbings or the triggering that can really throw off and psychologically affect your day. If you do that and set some boundaries for yourself on social media, then you can reap the benefits of all the Mexican appetizers you can enjoy. Number 4, delete apps off your phone. We have very powerful devices in smartphones, but as the Peter Parker principle says, with great power comes great responsibility. And so just because we have the ability to download all these apps and interact with them, doesn't mean we have to have them and must have a responsibility over them. You know, we can easily just go onto Facebook and scroll, move on to Instagram and scroll, move on to Twitter, get punched in the face with politics, move on to TikTok, break my stride. You know, it can keep going on. And when you start clicking into these apps, you all of a sudden can be just so taken away into your phone and not be mentally connecting with what's in front of you and the reality that you can experience. So, look, don't take it from me. If you ask any single person who may have deleted one of these social media apps off their phone, they will tell you how much happier and more relieving it is to not be tied to such an app on their phone. Now, deleting them all or deleting one or two doesn't mean you're completely disconnected from it. You can always still log into your social media accounts when needed and connect. But at least if you're removing these apps, it allows you to remove that psychological effect that can happen by having those types of apps on your smartphone, where you can get addicted and automatically just get this feeling and need in your brain to click on those buttons and start looking and scrolling, and that can just throw off your day, throw off how your mind works, and make you totally connected to your phone as opposed to the reality that could make you happier. Number 5, create over engage. Now I've subtly been referencing this over the course of this video, but this is huge. Figure out your focus and then post on those things related to your focus and then get out of there. It's fine to react to people's comments about your posts, but to comment about other people's posts or react in certain ways about things that are irrelevant to your focus is a total waste of time and a negative effect on your mental health. Now let's say, for example, you own a flower store. It's fine to be posting about your flower store, and that's great. But what the hell does Trump's border wall have anything to do with your flower store? Now, it's totally fine to have an opinion either way on that topic, but there's no reason for you to be actively involved in that on social media when your focus on social media is your flower store. Now, making those comments is only going to have a negative effect on your mental health, and it veers you off course of the whole purpose as to why you're on social media. So the main point is that you've got to figure out what your focus is, post solely on that focus, and allow yourself to set boundaries to help out your mental health so that you're not fixated on this technology and on social media, which can throw off your mental health and your happiness at any point on any given day. So in conclusion, try these tips. Maybe just one, hopefully all 5. But take it from me, if you do try them at least, it'll get you on the right path to feeling happier about social media. And that's coming from me, a comedian, some of the most annoying and miserable people on social media. And look, I like social media. It can be fun. The internet is a wonderful thing that has connected me with a lot of people. But my concern is the nature of how these social media platforms are structured, and that we often see negative things far more often than positive ones. And that concerns me about the mental health of myself and certainly others. So, if you're feeling that way, as I felt that way over the past decade, just take those extra steps to addressing your feelings on it and trying to feel happier with it to have a better experience on social media. And take it from me, I took those steps and I feel in that better place right now. And I hope you do too. So, if you like this video, please do click that like button below. You can comment on this video with any thoughts or questions that you might have, especially on more serious videos like this one. I'm happy to be responsive and have a conversation about it within the comment field. And do subscribe to the channel. Most of my videos are comedy-related videos, how-to videos that are humorous, so please do subscribe if you enjoy what I'm producing. Well, somebody's giving me a call now. More technology. In conclusion, just realize I'm worried about you.